Good morning, guys. It is Father's Day and I've been up for about an hour. I went ahead and started coffee, but with it being Father's Day, we always have a tradition. We always try and serve Luke breakfast in bed. I don't know if we're gonna get him breakfast in bed this morning, but I am making one of his favorite things, which is biscuits and gravy. I have changed my recipe or altered it just a little bit due to kind of how we are up here, roughing it a little bit into the kitchen that we have here. And I am also I brewed some coffee, so it's fairly early. It was a good night last night in our boxcar cabin. It went really well, so that's just kind of what's going on this morning so far. We're excited to give Luke his presents that the kids picked out and his cards and just appreciate him today.
Happy Father's Day.
Awesome breakfast, I think. Did you like your breakfast?
My favorite, biscuits and gravy. Homemade. Jill makes the best biscuits and gravy that anybody could ever taste. And she only started making it after she married me, because at some point I figured out I really like biscuits and gravy. Mainly because I can't eat eggs, and so it's a good alternative for breakfast. But she figured out how to make the best biscuits and gravy ever. And there's something extra good about them when you're camping. We've even made them over an open fire before outside, which is incredible. But yeah, that was so good. Thank you.
Yeah. So our tummies are full. We have packed our camel packs. And if for those of you that don't know what a camel pack is, that is just those backpacks that carry water in it that you can drink from the straw. Because where are we headed? What are we gonna go do?
We are going to go
hiking. Hiking. What are we looking for?
A moose.
What?
Bear.
A moose.
A moose.
We gotta find a moose.
We are on the hunt for moose. and we've heard a couple of good trails to go check out and see if we can see some. The owner of this place said that she saw a couple cow-calf pairs just a couple days ago. So let the moose hunt begin. We're off.
What?
I said we're off.
Actually, we have shells on our back.
Yep. So we're more like camels today.
Another waterfall over there is where it splits off there. Gorgeous. There's Joe. Right next to it. You can feel the mist from the water just hitting you. Very cool. Come on, kids. Cold?
Oh yeah.
You wanna feel it, Kenya?
We finished the Narnia Trail, so we didn't see any moose, but we got back in the car and we headed back over to the trail that we did yesterday afternoon when we got here. It's Rainbow Lakes Trail, and we're trying to hike up to, I think it's called Grizzly Helena, I think is what it's called. So we're gonna do that, stop, find a nice little place to stop and have a picnic lunch.
No, you guys having fun?
How far have we hiked?
I don't know. So there's 3 trails here. One goes up there, one goes down there. This is where we came from, and this is the trail we're going on.
It's called the Grizzly Helena. At least it's downhill.
So this is actually 3 different trails. Let's see what this one says. Just a trail number. Open to hiking and horseback riding. And there's elk dung. And this one is open to, there it is, biking, horseback riding, and motocross. Wow. And dirt bikes. So we decided to turn around and head back up before we got down to the stream because the mosquitoes are actually really bad. And it seems like the lower we go in terms of elevation, the worse they are. And everything is more green down there. So we are headed back up to the mountain top where all those trails met. And we're hoping the mosquitoes aren't quite as bad so we can try to stop and eat lunch. Because what happens is the second you stop, they just start swarming around you and then they'll bite through your shirt and everything. So I think they just hatched at this point in the season. Oops, watch it. They just hatched because they're swarming like crazy. So now it is a lot of uphill to get back to where we were trying to go, to get back up to the top of that hill. How you doing, Kenya?
Fine.
Tired yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a look at the trail that we're going on. We have not yet run into one single person. I did see a deer or elk or something dart across the woods. It's hard to be quiet enough when you're hiking that you don't scare off the wildlife. But there's a ton of scat on the trail, so we know there's a lot of animals up this way. Doing good?
Oh, I need to eat.
We're doing great. We made it up to the top. That was a really, really hard climb, but we did it. And now we're eating. It's perfect because mosquitoes were so bad, but right when we got to the top, the wind picked up, and it's really quite windy up here now. And so there's no mosquitoes, so we get to eat our lunch. Good thinking. So it's perfect up here now. So we were hiking up this trail that kept going higher along the ridge, and all of a sudden we came out to this clearing out of nowhere, and this is what we saw. I don't know how many miles that is, but you can see forever.
What do you think of Father's Day so far?
It's pretty epic.
Back now. We've done a lot of trails, so now we're headed back, and Luke was just saying coming up you don't see what's behind you, so now it's a totally different view than when we were coming up.
It's gorgeous.
One thing is we are absolutely in love with this area. I think this is going to be a place that we come often, and we are going to put, once again, every video about this place, we're going to put a link to where we stayed and how to find them and the area, but we're definitely coming back. It's amazing. You're out in the middle of nowhere.
We haven't seen a single person.
Not one person has come on the trail with us, and you are literally out in the middle of nature, and it's amazing.
What forest are we in? Routt National Forest. It's gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful.
Look what we're cooking last night here, guys. What did you think of your Father's Day, Dad?
It was wonderful.
After that long hike, we all took a nap. Isn't that right, Joey? We're all having fun around the campfire. Listen to those steaks sizzle and pop. Yum.
The steaks are so big they barely fit in the cast iron skillet, but they are going to be good.
Sadly, it is our last morning here. We have the car all packed and it's time for us to say goodbye to our little box car in the woods. This has been one of the most memorable trips that we've taken so far together as a family. And guys, I am going to say we are definitely coming back here again. Once again, if you guys are interested in where we stayed, I'm going to put the link in the description below. They have a couple different properties. I'll put all the links below. Deb, thank you so much for your hospitality. You have a beautiful Airbnb. Thanks for following us on our little trip, and we'll see you on our next adventure.